Run that back turbo. Money, hold up, gotta, cut up, lot of orders.
Increase of 114,000%. Hey, what's up? Hayden here, back with another video. Check this out real quick. This new e-com brand I've been building just crossed $1,000 a day for the first time, which is really cool. This is a screenshot I took. The margin was just over 50%, which is crazy. So that's really cool. I'm super excited about it, but let's go fulfill the orders. Unlike some of these other guys. So these are the orders that came in overnight that I need to print the labels for and get packaged. It's fairly simple and it doesn't take that much time. All right, now that all the labels are being printed, it's kind of funny. We've done $20+ million in sales. I've been in this industry for 7+ years. I've never once packaged an order. I didn't know how USPS works, and I'm currently doing this myself out of my house for a very short period of time, but there's a specific reason, and it's because I'm gonna take all the ops in-house, which is gonna be really cool. Having our own fulfillment center, our own content stuff, and being able to have a place for all the employees to go. So I'm excited for that. It's just a process. So when I'm inside of my computer printing labels on TikTok, I actually do it in batches because the label doesn't tell you what's in the package. So I'll have no idea if I just print a bunch of stuff for different orders. So let's say you're selling like a large t-shirt and a medium. Well, for everybody that orders a single medium, you have to print all those labels. Anybody that does 2 mediums, you got to print those. For the mixed ones, somebody might order a large and a medium. You know what I mean? All those have to be printed, separately. So these are all of, one of our variants for people who just ordered one. So, I printed this one, now I know. I'll package those and throw them into the pile. And for anybody who's like, oh, why don't you pay somebody to do it? Why are you doing it yourself? I can. Right now, I don't want to. I just traveled for 3 months and obviously wasn't fulfilling orders myself during that time. But for this brand that's on track for like 15 to 20K this month, I'm saving about $2,000 in fulfillment fees. Now, I might not personally care all that much about $2,000. It's still a good amount of money. But for the health of a new e-commerce brand, right, that's separated now with its own entity and its own bank accounts, like that matters to the health of that business, and it's its own thing. So you got to consider that. All right, so we got the big USPS bag. These are the orders going out. These are actually Amazon orders. So our first day on Amazon, 3 sales, exciting. So now I just need to get all these packaged up. And just like that, we are good. Oh boy, that thing's pretty heavy. Now we get to take the perfect USPS delivery vehicle to the post office. Now, I would take the Tesla, but I lent it to my friend for the past few months and he's still using it. I don't really need it, so. Just dropped everything off at USPS. Now I got to run over to UPS for one of the 3 Amazon orders. It wouldn't let me print a label for USPS. So yeah, we'll get this knocked out, and I got a bunch of other stuff to do today. All right, so now I'm gonna give you a breakdown on all the financials, exactly what has happened inside this brand over the last 100+ days as I've built it from literally the ground up. And the big thing to keep in mind with TikTok Shop is it basically requires you to have US inventory just because of their fulfillment requirements. So the startup cost that I had going into this business was a little bit higher just because I had to get the products. So if I flip this thing around right here, we're inside the finance tab on TikTok Shop. This is just full transparency, paid out this week, money that's on hold, right? Because there's a delayed payout. It's not like Shopify where it's a little bit quicker. So we'll actually go into the analytics here, and I'm just gonna share with you exactly what's going on inside the business. So far today, it is 1 p.m. We're at $500. We'll probably close out around 1,000 again. Things started very slow. In the beginning, you're a new listing, no one trusts you. I guess without saying too much about what it is, it's a consumable product, something people consume. So, right, there's a big trust factor there. A lot of these early sales were some friends and family, people I had ordering, different influencers where I'd have them buy it and I'd pay them back so they could leave a review. Kind of building the listing. Sales were really random, inconsistent. I was trying to make content. And you can see around here is where things started to change. And so from there, that was about 2 months, right? To the 2-month mark, maybe had done like 7,000 in sales, like 6,000 honestly, maybe even less. But then into that 3rd month is where things started to pick up. We had a big spike, and it was a little bit more volatile. And as you can see, the natural path has just been consistently upwards. And now recently having the first $1,000 day, and it just continues to go up. And obviously you've seen the total right there, increase of 114,000%, but yeah, about $28,000 in total revenue on this one. So yeah, just keeping it going. I just placed another order yesterday for another batch of inventory. I have 900 units being delivered tonight. I just placed for one of the other product SKUs that's selling like 70% of the sales. Most people take this one variant. I just placed an order for another 750 of those. So I'll pay a $5,600-ish invoice for that today, and just slowly getting it going. You know, it's been a slow grind. Nothing has gone viral or exploded, but that's kept the sales nice and consistent in a sales channel. So there hasn't been any fulfillment issues, which is great. But obviously now we'd like to see some pop. So that's what we're working on. But yeah, so that is the financials. Other than that, gonna keep bumping Mike's album, The Lows, absolutely fire. And I'm about to actually head to the gym momentarily. I just gotta wrap up a few things. And when I get back, I'm gonna break down for you exactly what I've done on this brand so far. Like what tests I've done that worked, what things I tried that didn't make sales. There's a lot of stuff that wasted a ton of my time and some stuff that wasted a good amount of money. So I'll kind of give you some insight into that so you can avoid certain pitfalls and mistakes that I made. But now we hit play. Actually, this song, I literally chartered a yacht when I was in Dubai, and my friends were busy that day that were in town. I was meeting a bunch of new people. That's why I was there. So I went out on a yacht by myself specifically to listen to Mike's new album when it dropped. So I just sat on a yacht alone by myself, vibing. All right, and after an amazing gym session, showered, trimmed up the beard, worked for the last 4 hours or so, now I'm actually looking at potential office space. There's a lot of new construction, industrial and flex space, you know, in a 20-minute vicinity of me. And, you know, we're gonna be expanding into a facility at some point for this brand. So keeping an eye on the stuff that's around here, taking a peek at what the vibes are, getting some tours scheduled for some of this stuff, but it's definitely not urgent by any means. Kind of wanted a little bit of break anyways. This is right next to the shooting range I go to, so swing in and waste $100 in ammo and have a good time for 20 minutes. And it's funny, I did not intend to go shooting, so I didn't really bring anything. But you always got to keep some stuff in the car, and in this car in particular, I keep a little larger toy strapped to the roll cage, so it works out. All right, so another 800 units of a product I had developed just got finished, manufactured, everything's done. So we'll throw that in the mix over the next few days and I'll see how it goes. Now, as promised, I'm gonna break down what has worked and what hasn't worked. Micro specific details on tests that we've done, money I've wasted, all of it. So if you're here for the strategy, here we go, drop a like. The biggest thing that I've tried is putting out content pretty much daily. I haven't been religious about it, but I've been pretty consistent. Now, it was totally dead. The account would only go to 200 views. It'd get 200 views on any video within 5 minutes and it'd be dead. Never had anything pop. And so the account was shadow banned, whatever. Recently, months in, I finally had like 2 posts break through that. One that went to 50K, one that's at like 12. You know, so it's nowhere near viral or whatever. And what I did on that one video that popped is I created controversy. It was just a little more aggressive. It caused a lot of people to comment their opinions, and that really helped. So that viral-ish video is starting to drive some sales daily. It's not a lot, but that's one thing that has worked, is putting it out there, because I believe making consistent content is not hard. You can easily do 1 to 2 TikToks a day. It shows customers that you're consistent, that you're more of a brand. It also allows your affiliates to see more about the product and the brand and what's going on before they promote it. So that's helpful. Now, one thing that's failed is hiring creators on an hourly wage plus a commission. Totally flopped. I hired people anywhere from $10 an hour to $150 an hour. These were big guys, some of them making $300,000 a month in revenue for other brands. And I'd be like, hey, $150 an hour, and I'd get 30% of the sales. And I mean, some of these, like, I'd always have them like do 2 or 3. And with live streams, you're not sending them one product. It's really nice to show like a suite of like 3, 4, 5 products in the background, and then another one they're holding. So I'm like sending them a pretty big package. It costs, okay, like $40, $50 worth of product cost. And then I'm paying them hourly. We always test 2 or 3 streams because they can be kind of hit or miss. So some of these guys, like, I did this with like 15 people, you know, all different price ranges. I spent a few $1,000s overall on stuff. And I mean, literally 99% of them, like 0 sales, not 1. So a couple of them had 1 or 2 sales, but it never made sense. So that structure did not work super well. But another thing that's good is as you're getting good reviews, you're building your listing, optimize for keywords. We are starting to rank, and I do get sales. It's about 20%, maybe 30 on a good day. It's just organic. It's just search. It's people shopping, they're scrolling, they're getting recommended more products. And that's definitely something that's more Amazon oriented, but it's the same thing on TikTok Shop. Now, another big tip I'll give you is whatever you're starting out with as your listing photos, update them once it starts working. they're never perfect. Nothing's ever perfect right away. I actually ended up a while in gutting every single photo. Like when I made a change, I removed every image we had. They weren't that good. And I had a graphic designer off Upwork for not that much money, probably paid him $150 total, make like 15 really sick graphic designs of all kinds. Study what your competition, or at least people in your industry, are doing, figure out what's working on the top listings and model off of that. Build something a little different. We built some beautiful graphic design, and I mean, I don't know if it's directly correlated to that, but we are making more money since we did that. So that's a good thing. And overall, TikTok Shop is really just a game of testing. You have to be constantly coming up with ideas, seeing what's working, doing research. So that's why I'm like living and breathing all the software tools, looking at what people are doing. Like I want to study, I want to scroll, I want to talk to creators. I'm just in the trenches with it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like and let me know in the comments what you want to see in some future videos. Goodbye.